boys and girls. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're going to be working on Module 1, Week 2, Day 3. Today we're going to be talking about success criteria, our objective, model, enclosure, and reflection. How can we be a successful reader? Today we're going to be talking about the author's purpose. What is the author's purpose for writing? Today, we will identify the author's purpose by looking for clues and asking questions, because that's what helps us know what the author wants us to learn. How will we be successful? Well, we'll read the story or the text, we'll find clues that help us decide, and ask questions about what we read. The author's purpose. The author usually has a purpose for writing. We can make this into the word pen. The P stands for give an opinion, the persuasive. E is expository. That kind of writing gives us information. And the N is for narrative. The narrative tells us a story. Today we're going to identify the author's purpose. Identifying the author's purpose helps readers understand what the author wants the reader to learn. How can you figure out the author's purpose? Well, first, you look for clues in the genre. Then you ask questions about what you read and find the answers. So let's look at this first picture. Here are some clues that might signal the type of writing it is. This is a photograph of a sea turtle. The sea turtle, if we look at the sea turtle, it's just a picture. So when we think about why an author would have a picture of a sea turtle and it's a real picture, maybe it's an expository to give information. So I'm going to put that turtle picture right next to the expository because photographs usually give us a clue that the story is going to be expository, and an expository story gives us information. All right, now here are some clues that might signal the type of writing it is. Illustrations. Look at all those illustrations from our story this week, Spoons. Okay, so those aren't real pictures. Those are drawn by someone, and they kind of look cartoonish. So, do I think this story is going to give us an opinion, give us information, or tell us a story? Well, usually when you see pictures that are just drawn like that, that's going to be a narrative. It's just going to tell us a story, just like Spoons yesterday told us a story. Here is another clue that might signal some type of writing, or some signal the type of writing it is. So I want an iguana, but look underneath that. In the story, I want an iguana, you see things like, I think, you should, this is the best. Though when an author says those kind of things, he's trying to persuade you. He's going to write a persuasive text, and he's giving you an opinion why he thinks you should have an iguana. Here are some clues that might signal the type of writing it is. Let's look again. Spoons. So how can we be successful? Well, we could read the story, find clues that help us decide, and ask questions about what we read. So, let's think of the story Spoons we read yesterday. Why was the author writing Spoons? Was he trying to persuade us or give us an opinion? Was he trying to give us information? Was he telling us a story? I think Spoons was telling us a story. Is that what you thought too? If you did, you're right. Narrative tells us a story. All right, now let's look at this one. Well, there's a picture of ocean, a real photo, so that gives us a clue. And then it says, an ocean is a natural habitat for saltwater animals. You can find large whales and small shrimp. Some animals live close to the shore, some live in the deep water. Others like to migrate. As you can see, many creatures live in the ocean. Now let's think. We read the text. We looked at our clues, the picture clue, And now we have to ask ourselves the question about what we read. Was the author trying to persuade us or give us an opinion? Not really. Was he giving us information? Definitely, he was giving us information about the ocean and the animals you could find. Was he telling us a story? Not really. So the best answer is expository. So if you guessed that, you were right. Okay, now let's look again. Well, let's read the text first. Dogs come in many different sizes and colors. There are large dogs like Great Danes and Mastiffs. There are small dogs like Chihuahuas. A dog can be yellow like a Golden Retriever or black like a German Shepherd. There are many kinds of dogs. So we read the text. We find the clues. Oh, that's a real picture. But then we have to ask ourselves about what we read. Was he trying to give us an opinion? Not really. Was he giving us information? Yeah, he was giving us information about dogs. Was he telling us a story? No. So if you picked expository, you were right. All right, let's look at the last one here. I got two girls hugging. So let's read the story first. Alex should live in an apartment. She can live right next to other families. Some apartments have pools. Some are smaller than houses, so she would get to see her family more. I think an apartment would be the best place to live. So now we have to ask ourselves the questions about what we read. All right, why is the author writing this? To persuade us? Give us an opinion? Well, she was trying to say that Alex should live in an apartment and giving all the reasons why. So I think they were trying to persuade us to live in an apartment. Were they giving us information? A little bit, but mostly trying to persuade us into living in an apartment. In telling a story? Not really. So if you picked persuasion or persuade, give an opinion, you were right. All right, let's do the next one. Oh, there's some pictures, a really nice picture. And let's read the text. In the fall, Indiana changes to daylight savings time. This means we turn our clocks back 1 hour. This will give us more light during the day. If we didn't change the clocks, there would be less light during the day. When the spring comes, we will move our clocks up an hour. So, what is the author trying to tell us? Why is the author writing this? Is he giving us an opinion? Not really. He didn't tell us how he felt about daylight savings time. Was he doing it to give us information in expository writing? He did give us lots of information. Was he telling us a narrative, telling us a story? Not really. So if you picked expository, you were right. All right, now it's your turn to work on your own. So if you are in my class, or if you're in Mrs. Metcalf's class, you'll be getting a paper, and you're going to do this on your own, and you're going to try to figure out what type of writing the author is using. Good job today.